What is happening, everybody? Jason Wright and Brandy Montembo back with episode 161 of the Intentionally Inspirational Marketing Talk podcast. Why did I pick such a long name for that?
Sometimes I think you just like to hear yourself talk. I'm not sure.
No, that's long. God, that's super long. So what's happening? What's new, everybody? I'm just going to keep talking, so I'm talking just for a brief moment. But it is February in Indiana. For everybody that lives in the Midwest, I'm over this, man. I'm ready for spring. I want to come down where Brandy's at and get some sunshine and some warmer temps.
So it is much warmer. I will give you that. But we are having our rainy season. Apparently, we have this forecaster. His name's Weather Brad. He's amazing. Like, he is one of the best forecasters ever. He's always right, and which never happens in meteorology, right? But he just put out that between, I think it was like October and February, we have had the rainiest winter in 140 years. Like, it feels like I'm in Seattle. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I did hear it's our wettest February. But what's funny about that is, did people really keep track of this stuff 140 years ago? You know, what instruments do they have to keep track that long ago? But it is super wet. We've got 3 dogs, and I dread letting them out because I'm like, okay, 12 paws, got woods back there. There's going to be a lot of mud on the paws, so I'm just burning through paper towels. I have to wipe their little feet like crazy. So,
you wipe their little feeties.
Otherwise, they just the carpets and stuff just get destroyed. So,
well, I don't have dogs. I'm not one of those cuddly pet people. It doesn't happen. But the bad thing about that is, everybody's dog loves me. Like, everybody's dog wants to play with me. They are so excited to see me. And I'm just like, dude, I don't do dogs or cats.
I'm going to send you a puppy.
Yeah, it would probably die. My daughter wanted a turtle once, and I told her that she had to, I bought her all of this stuff for Christmas, like the aquarium and the food and everything else. And I said, you need to make a chart and pretend to feed this imaginary turtle every day for a month, and then I'll buy you a turtle. She never even opened it. Like, she didn't even take it out of the box. I'm like, and that's why I didn't buy you a turtle. This year for Christmas, I bought her a little plant set, like the little succulents, like you grow your own little plant. I just made her throw away the dead little dirt containers. I was like, everything was dead. I was like, that is why you didn't have a turtle, because I would have had to bury the turtle in the backyard.
Or make turtle soup.
I've actually had snapping turtle before.
Is that good? Yeah, so we have a bunch of ponds in my neighborhood, and spring there'll be a season where there's turtles all over the road, and there's a huge snapper around the corner last spring. So I was like, I got to get this guy out of the road. So I grabbed a stick and I kind of poked him in the shell. Man, he turned around and grabbed on that stick. It'd take your finger off. I mean, this thing was
me too.
Furious. I thought, you know what? You're probably older than I am, because they live forever. I said, I'm just going to drive around you. Good luck, buddy. I just left him alone, man. I'm not messing with the snapper. So
probably wise.
I'll address the elephant in the room. If anybody notices that the audio quality is a little bit worse this week, it's my fault. Here's my normal mic setup, normal headphones, normal camera. Oh, I got the normal camera on, but none of it's working this week. Computers sometimes have the mind of their own. So instead of giving up, I'm just rolling with the backup plan.
We lost you.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did. You were in the middle of computers. Sometimes have a mind of their own.
Yeah, so it got me again, I guess. The computer's kicking my butt so far today. So I'm on the backup mic and earphones, but at least we're recording. So what in the world are we talking about today, relevant for marketing?
So I am super excited about today. So when you're in the small business world, like say you bake bread, right? Like, how to bake bread, but this whole marketing thing is a little bit overwhelming and confusing because you don't know what to do. Well, there's this amazing thing out there. It's ClickFunnels, but I guarantee you, if I asked 5 people, if I just randomly pick 5 people that are in the small business world, they have a website, they have social media, they're doing their thing. I said, could you explain to me what ClickFunnels are and how they could help you? One, they would look at me like, what the heck is a ClickFunnel? But I happen to know an expert. So today I will be interviewing my resident expert on ClickFunnels and digital marketing, Mr. Jason Wright. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. How's it going? So here's what's interesting about what you said. ClickFunnels is a software, and I'll talk more about that in a second. Let me back up to the website piece. So I was talking to my wife last night, and I said, we've had this website up for, 3+ years. The website itself has never generated me one lead. Sounds crazy, but that's not abnormal. And people are like, well, why? I'll get it redesigned. I'll make it prettier. That's not why. All right. It's like giving somebody $5 to go into Walmart and saying you have 10 seconds to look at all this stuff and buy something. Too many options are a bad thing. So what you think you do is you think, oh, if I give people more options, they'll definitely buy something, but the exact opposite happens. So they see all these options, and since they can't make a decision, they don't choose anything at all. See, I'm a very decisive decision maker, my wife, and most people are not. They get overwhelmed and they do nothing. So what websites, in my opinion, still have value for is, and
that's called decision paralysis, by the way. There's a term for that.
It's a real thing. It's
a thing.
Funny to watch, like the decisions for dinner in my house. My wife will be like, you want A or B or C? I'm like, don't do that. Pick two. Just pick one. Just pick one. Just pick one. You pick it. Okay, A. I don't want A. Okay, B. I don't want B. Okay, we're just going to do photosynthesis today, I guess, So, but anyway, a website for me, because I already have it, and I already have so much blog content, people check me out. So if I talk to somebody, I already know they're going to look me up on LinkedIn. They're going to check out my site. They're going to make sure things look at least reasonably consistent everywhere they can find me. Okay.
Social confirmation. They need social confirmation.
Correct. But people think websites are for list building and generating leads and making sales. They can, but you're usually at 1%, 1% conversions. Even on multi-million-dollar Shopify stores, which is basically a website, you're talking 1 to 2% is good. It's terrible. It's not good, but that's what it is. That's the reality.
Right.
I know a company right now, I won't say their name, that does $750,000 a year in revenue, physical products, couple guys in an apartment. Conversion rate on their store is 0.4%.
Wow.
What would happen if you got that up to 2? It'd be unbelievable.
I don't think they'd be doing it out of their apartment anymore.
If they did, it's because they wanted to. I mean, I think they're there now, but yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. So ClickFunnels is a software that allows you to build funnels, which are simplified version of websites in a very easy drag and drop fashion. So for example, instead of having a website where there's a million different pages and options, you could have a main page for your brand, and you want to get people into your world. So perhaps you give away a resource. It could be a video, it could be a free course, it could be a PDF. There's a million options. In exchange for your email address, I'm going to give you this thing that you care about. Okay. So on that landing page or squeeze page, or there's a million different synonyms for it, there's one choice. You either give me your info, click the button and get my thing, or you leave. And the cool thing about that is on a landing page, a conversion rate to get somebody into your email list, a good page is 20-30% opt-in. It's much, much higher. Once people are into your world, you have the ability to give more value, sell them, and as soon as they buy, upsell them, upsell them, upsell them, which every big company already does. Last time you went to Amazon and you put stuff in your cart, did you see all the suggested items at the bottom of your screen?
I love the suggested items because I do want those things. I want them all.
Yes. And Amazon does it really unique. It's not just applicable things. They'll cross-sell you stuff that you never even thought about that you want at the same time. They're geniuses with it. But ClickFunnels allows you to build your list, engage your customers, and increase your sales in a very easy interface and platform. Like an average person can do it. The learning curve is bigger than it sounds, but it's definitely not impossible. So
so I have all kinds of questions rolling around in my head.
Cool.
The one that I'm going to ask next, so you can be thinking of your answer while I share another thought that I had, is what exactly does that look like? Like, walk me through what one ClickFunnel or landing page system would look like just an example.
Yep.
But what I thought of while you were talking is, so the company that I'm with, Swaz Leadership, we specialize in customer experience, basically. So it is creating your organization so that it is prepared and ready to create raving fans. We call it the Raving Fans Engine. And there are 5 components of it: customer insight, operational excellence, personalized service, memorable moments, and a leadership team. But what I heard is this system is hitting that personalization mark. So one of the examples that we do use is Amazon. So suggested items, right? But what you're doing is you're taking that personalization piece and putting before they even knew that they wanted to buy something from you. Like you're personalizing what they want just to build awareness, which is what most people think when you personalize for your customer or you create, connection, because personalization is about building a relationship with your client or whoever you need to work with. So you're building relationship and rapport with them because you're delivering value to them before they've ever even thought that they need to hire you for whatever reason. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And ClickFunnels, when people first start thinking about it in their head, they're like, okay, it's a software. A good designer who has coding skills can make a ClickFunnel look like any other website in the world. But the advantage is functionally, it's much easier to work with. That's kind of the big takeaway.
Okay.
When you build in the shopping cart feature, you have the ability to add bump offers. Because here's the thing, when somebody spends $1 with you and changes from a visitor to a customer, relationship changes forever. Think about a local gas station where you've bought a candy bar or a drink or whatever. You're 10 times more likely to spend more money there because you've already done it. So the magic, the real magic happens is if you can break even from your ad spend, because most people have to run paid ads to get enough traffic to their landing page. You can break even from the ad spend to that front end offer, whatever that may be. You've got a very successful funnel because you make your money in the upsells. That's where the profit happens.
Interesting. So walk me through an example of one. Like, what does that look like in practice?
Yeah. So I've got a funnel out there right now, and I'll kind of walk you through it verbally. So it's called setupactivecampaign.com. You like that little plug for my funnel right there?
I did. That was really good. Good job.
And there's just a very simple landing page, and it says something like, set up your ActiveCampaign account like an expert in less than an hour without learning any new skills. It just says in your email here to see a video that explains this. So that's my landing page. People enter their email, takes them to a long form sales page. It's got a video of me saying, hey, you've got ActiveCampaign, you're thinking about buying it. Let me tell you what it's like when I got it. Tell a story. I got it. I was really excited. Here's why I got it. Here's what I ran into. I didn't know what the hell to do. I didn't know how to use it. I spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours really figuring it out, getting it tailored, getting my business automated the way that I wanted to. But you don't have to have that experience. I've got this awesome quick launch product. It's only $27. It's me spending an hour with you in a screen share video showing you exactly what to do, giving you the automations you need and the email templates. People pay me $1,000 for the same thing. It's $27. There's testimonials. There's all kinds of stuff as they move down the page. If they take that offer and they enter the credit card, right away there's a bump offer for another complimentary product for $37. Okay. If they take that, even if they don't take that, the next page, there's a one-time offer for $97. There's a one-time offer after that for $197. And everything that I'm offering, I know there's a demand for because I've already sold it, but people pay a lot more because they want my time as well. So I give them some value in the video. I give them a ton of social proof. I give them a 30-day back guarantee. And if they spend a little money, the chances of them spending more in that funnel are very high because it makes so much sense. It's crazy. So not only does that get them into my world at the email list and they can continue to work with me, but it gives them real solutions for real problems. That's one example of countless examples that you could do for the funnel.
That's really cool.
Let me share another one with you that's very different that I know you'll like. So it's not out yet, but I'm working on this. It's a simple landing page, and it's designed specifically for chiropractors. Okay.
Okay.
Do-it-yourself marketers that are chiropractors, tons of them out there, right? So what I do is I take a screen share video and I show them a chiropractor funnel I'm using right now that gets 2 to 3 leads a day, getting people incentive to come through the doors. It builds their list. I'm showing them the full automation from the ads to the funnel to the automated email on the back end, the full automated circle there. I'm showing it to them. I'm showing them proof of how it's doing. And at the end of the video, and I tell them right at the beginning, if you stay to the end of the video, there's going to be a button you can click and get the funnel and the automations for free.
Nice.
I never say, let's work together. I never say, let's call me. So if they do that, it gets them into ClickFunnels. There'll be an option then for the free trial. They get all those resources. It gets them into ActiveCampaign. And then if they want somebody to do it for them, maybe we'll have that conversation. But I'm actually giving them a ton of value before I even ask them for an email address. So
okay, so I watched the video and then I walked away. Like I didn't do anything else, but I was like, you know what, that's really cool. I'm gonna have to get back to him on that. Like I'm gonna have to look at this again later. So I come back to you later. At that point, what are my options? If I really like what you've got going on, I'm like, okay, this whole landing page and personalization makes sense to me. Like this is what I want to do. What are my options? Where do I even start? Like, do I just send you an email? Do I go back through the landing page thing? And do I have to do it automated? Like what's my range of options if I'm like, okay, I want to try this ClickFunnels thing?
Mm-hmm. So what a lot of people do is they'll sign up and try it themselves and then go, oh man, it's a new software. I don't have time to learn this. I can, but I don't want to.
Okay.
I mean, do you realistically, like, would I entice you to learn ClickFunnels if I said it's going to take you 1,200 hours to become an expert? Would you want to do that? Most people probably wouldn't. They'd be like, oh God, I get so much going on. That's a year plus just a full-time. Yeah, it's a lot of work. So most people see what most companies have these days. They have the right tools, but none of them are hooked up together properly. They're not utilizing. It's very inefficient and broken.
Interesting. Yes.
It's rare. It does happen, but it's rare that somebody's like, I've heard of this thing. You know, I know there's some automated stuff out there. I don't understand it. Those people are out there, but a lot of people have the right tools, but they have no idea how they talk to each other and how to hook them up right. Even agencies and other experts in digital marketing, I work with them all the time. They're like, hey, none of my stuff works. I'm like, who set this up? They're like, I did. I'm like, really? Your eyes closed? You know, but it's tough stuff, but it's the challenge. So the options that people have is, hey, will you build a funnel for me? All right. That's a great place for me. It's a great use of my time because I'll build you a funnel you like. I guarantee it, and I guarantee it'll work properly. You know, so that's an option.
What does that look like? Is that like a 3-week process? Like you know, obviously you have to work together to get the content and the information, but like, so you just build it and you just let it sit on there and it just kind of runs itself, or what is that option like?
Yeah. So usually I'll do it in 2 phases. Phase 1 is I'll get all the bones and everything hooked up for the funnel and the back end, which is the email, all automated. And then I'll get feedback from the client. Sometimes they don't have any. Usually they have some, but they don't finish it. And I actually had this conversation last night, but I'll say your funnel's finished. Now we need traffic. Now we need people to hit this. They're not just going to find it on their own. Okay.
Right.
You can blog and do stuff. And if you have years to wait, everybody wants results now. So Facebook ads, YouTube ads, you need something to generate traffic. So doing all of this is expensive. All right. You got to build the funnel. You got to get the machine, and then you got to run traffic, and then you got to test and optimize. So I always tell people the first month, there's a lot of testing with the ads and the landing page. But once you get it set up and running, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So did I answer your question, or am I?
Yes, it did. What does continued support from you, like what does it need to go forward? Say you got it all set up and you've got your ads flowing. Like what does your interaction with the client look like on the ongoing basis?
Yeah, so the ongoing options with us, and there's other things out there, would be the ad side, because all ads decay, meaning McDonald's doesn't run the same ad for 30 years. Well, it's funny. The Tootsie Pop commercial is still running from my youth.
It's still running. Awesome. A 1, a 2, a 3.
Crunch. But that's not common. So the ads definitely decay, and there's always testing and optimizing. So how can you get the best results for the least money? And then same thing with the email and the landing pages as well. There's data. And the more people that move through the funnel, the more data you get, the easier it is to see, okay, this landing page is converting well. I'm getting people to the sales page, but nobody's buying. What are they not seeing here that's making them not buy? What's wrong? Is it the wrong hook? Is it the wrong offer? Is it the wrong price? So there's that process. But so really email and ads is the ongoing support.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Do you find, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask anyway. Do you find that people that rely on you on that ongoing basis to help craft and refine end up doing better than people that do it on their own?
Yeah, because people on their own, in most cases, I've worked with some clients that their knowledge is really high. And I just say, why are you looking to outsource this? Well, I don't want to do it. But I'm like, you know, more than 90% of people or 95% of people out there, but most people don't know what they don't know. So they
Right.
literally think it is plugging a few things into a wall and flipping a switch and walking away. Well, it can do that once you get to a point, but they're not, most people don't understand. They'll think about ads only. I'm like, yeah, you're running ads, but your funnel is converting like your old website. You're missing the opportunity that the funnel's giving you. You have 10 options on your landing page. You need one.
Right.
So, but people are like, oh, people want to know about us. Stop thinking like a website. Stop it. Seriously. Everybody wants to default back to what they used to do, even if it's never worked for them. So
it's a proactive tool, not a reactive tool.
yeah, absolutely. And here's what's funny. I just completed some training with ClickFunnels called the One Funnel Away Challenge, which I found really valuable. But even Russell Brunson himself and his team, when they launch a new funnel, it almost always fails in the first launch. So the guy that built the software that's made $100 million. So I tell people, you gotta at some point enter the race. You gotta hit go, and you gotta react and see what the market or the data is telling you and make your adjustments. So if you know how to interpret data, it's not just a guess. It's like, okay, clearly nobody's buying, but we're getting a ton of traffic. The problem is on this page, you know? So it's that simple. Or nobody's opening this email. So either the last email they didn't like, or they hate this headline, or both. Like it's that narrow of a focus for us. But most business owners don't think that way, because most business owners are focusing on whatever their product or service is, not marketing. What's funny and sometimes sad is other marketing agencies that should know this stuff still don't think that way, because maybe they're just good at that one thing, which is fine. Maybe they're good at the Google ads and they don't understand, oh, nobody uses email. Oh, yes, they do. It's still the foundation of all funnels. So even a lot of these marketing companies, you know, they may be good at that one thing. Maybe it's just Google ads, or maybe it's just Facebook, and that's great. It's great to niche down, but they don't understand, once you get ads, where do they go and what happens beyond that? They don't see the big picture.
Absolutely.
And once I started to figure out, you know, it's funny, where I got started with this is like, it wasn't understanding the funnel. It was, I figured out how to build them. I became an architect within ClickFunnels, and I could build whatever people wanted. So that's kind of like where I got my step in with it. It's like, okay, now that I'm a funnel builder, I just need to really learn the psychology behind it and how it works. And that's been, you know, the more recent stuff that's really clicked with me well. And then I started realizing, okay, this funnel, like these people are making a lot of money, but do they not know that none of the stuff on the back works? And I'm like, wow, nobody pays attention to this. Like, so I started realizing the pieces that weren't connecting, and that a lot of people just don't get it, you know?
No, that's awesome, because people don't know what they don't know.
Correct.
You're right. You know, especially if you make jewelry, like digital anything is probably not your cup of tea. So they need people like you, because they don't know what they don't know.
Yep.
I have to say, this has been really cool. Like I have a frame of reference for all of this stuff, but unlike you, I didn't do the architect part first. I did the experience first, you know, give them the value, create the content. Like I do that side of it, and putting the tactical piece, you know, how you set it up, kind of created a better picture in my mind. So I thank you. Jason, would you please plug your business so we can know how people can know how and hopefully this will get you lots more customers. So plug it up.
Yeah. So if you want to learn more about me and what we do, go to intentionallyinspirational.com. And if you want to check out the podcast, you just go to the same website, /podcast or /podcast, the one below the question mark. So check it out. Love to talk to you.
Yeah. So again, thank you so much for doing that, Jason. We appreciate it. And I know the listeners do too. That
just made me think of something very relevant, very relevant. Yeah. So April 5th, I don't know why I chose this time, because it's a bad time, but I'm going to do it anyway. At 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing a live webinar called How to Build Your First Funnel. And if you're interested in registering for that, which I would recommend, I'm going to give you a ton of value. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to give you some free funnels and automations and templates to use for your business. Awesome. If you want to register, you can go to my homepage, intentionallyinspirational.com. There's a big blue button that says register, and you can register now. I think there's room for 100 participants, so we'll take whatever we can get, and it will be interactive. So you will be able to ask me some questions in the Q&A live, which would be helpful for you as well. So check it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely sign up. Everybody needs to sign up for the webinar. What's the worst case? You walk away learning a bunch of stuff, right? Like that's the bottom of the barrel. That's the worst case scenario. You walked away learning more about how to do your marketing and what your options are out there. It's a win-win.
Yeah, and it's funny because this type of information always generates like 100 questions in people's head, but that's fine. Like, reach out to me. I love educating people. Here's all you need to know at this point. There's more that you can be doing for your business now and for the future. If you have ClickFunnels, you're not utilizing it properly. If you're not building your list and making sales and increasing your engagement, you're missing something. And it's fine. Don't feel bad. Everybody's always like, I'm so embarrassed. But guess what? Everybody's in that spot. Like 1% of people aren't in that spot and everybody else is. So there's nothing to be embarrassed about. So.
Right. Awesome.
Awesome.
That's all the questions that I had for today. I totally learned a lot. Thanks, man.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I hope everybody listening enjoyed it. And I think that's all we've got for the show. What do you think?
I think it's a wrap.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you soon.
Bye, guys. Thanks. Have a great day.